we have given that limit of f of x as x approaches b is equals negative 8, limit of g of x as x approaches b is equal 6, and limit of h of x as x approaches b is equal 0. And we have to find limit of f plus g as x approaches b first. So we know that the limit of sum is equal sum of limits. So this is equal limit of f of x as x approaches b plus limit g of x as x approaches b. We know that limit of f of x as x approaches b is equal negative 8, so we just replace this, plus, and limit g of x as x approaches b is equal 6. So we have negative 8 plus 6. This is equal negative 2. This is our solution. Next, we have to find limit as x approaches b, third root of f of x. From properties of limit, we can rewrite this like third root of limit of f of x as x approaches b. So this is equal. Now we will copy third root, and for limit of f of x as x approaches b, we just put negative 8. So this is equal negative 2, because third root of negative 8 is negative 2. This is our solution. Now we have limit of quotient. From properties of limit, we can rewrite this as in numerator limit of g of x as x approaches b, and in denominator we will have limit f of x as x approaches b. Now we just replace numerator by 6 because we have given, and in denominator we have limit f of x as x approaches b. We know that this is equal negative 8. So we have positive over negative will be negative, and we can reduce 6 and 8 by 2. So it will be 3 over 4. So this is our answer, negative 3 over 4. Now we have to find limit of f of x over h of x as x approaches b. Again, we will use properties of limit, and we will rewrite this as in numerator will be limit of x as x approaches b of f of x, and in denominator we will have limit h of x as x approaches b. Now we can replace limit of f of x by negative 8 and limit of h of x as x approaches b is equal, in our case we have given 0. So look what we have. We have negative 8 over 0. We know that we cannot divide by 0. So it means that limit f of x over h of x as x approaches b doesn't exist. So now we have to calculate limit of 2 over g of x as x approaches b. So again we can rewrite this from properties of limit that this is equal limit of 2 as x approaches b over limit of g of x as x approaches b. So this is equal, limit of constants is equal constant, so we have 2 over limit of g of x as x approaches b is equal 6. So we have 2 over 6, this is equal 1/3. This is our answer. And we have given limit 3 times g of x over f of x minus h of x as x approaches b. So from properties of limit we can rewrite this as, in numerator we will have limit of 3g of x as x approaches b, and in denominator we will have limit of f of x minus h of x as x approaches b. Again, from properties of limit we have multiplication here, so limit of product is equal product of limits. So we will have limit of 3 as x approaches b times limit g of x as x approaches b, and in denominator we have limit of difference, and from properties of limit we can rewrite this as the difference of limits. So will be limit of f of x as x approaches b minus limit of h of x as x approaches b. This is equal limit of constant is constant, so we have 3 times limit of g of x as x approaches b is equal 6. Now in denominator we have limit of f of x as x approaches b, we have given -8 minus, and limit of h of x as x approaches b is equal 0. So we can put 0. This is equal (3 times 6 is 18 over -8 minus 0 is -8. Positive over negative is negative. We can reduce by 2, so will be 9 over 4. We have -9 over 4. We have improper fraction, we can change to mixed number, so it will be -2 and 1 over 4. This is our answer.